Chapter 5 From Ashes. The Present. The town is small. A gas station, dry cleaner, Chinese restaurant, sandwich shop, plus a couple office spaces, a lawyer, a photographer, a for lease sign in the space between them. And then at the corner intersection, Joe's Tire and Body. They've got a Walmart, Olive Garden, and a few fast food restaurants the next town over, closer to where the fire station is. I pull into a parking spot along the street, which tells me I can only park there for 2 hours, though I've got my suspicions about whether anybody checks or not. It's hard to be bothered when there are only a few cars on the road. Of course, a bored cop might take the time to be bothered. I check the time and open the door for Gabby, who has already unclipped her buckle. Even from her booster seat, her legs dangle, nearly touching the floor. Soon she'll be tall and heavy enough not to need anything at all. I shake the thought off and swing her down over the curb. Inside, Joe's smells like soap and new rubber. Not the worst combination on earth, if you ask me. The floor is surprisingly clean, a few waiting chairs to one side near a basket of scruffy-looking magazines. I barely take any of it in, because there's a woman at the desk. And it's not like I've never seen a woman before, but this one is especially striking. Maybe it's that everyone else in the shop, both workers and customers, are variations of guys in baseball caps and t-shirts. Or maybe the fresh rubber smell is going to my head. Whatever the reason, the way her long red hair is swept into some kind of braid over her bare shoulder makes my tongue feel a little thick when I look at her. I clear my throat. Her head is down, clipping a group of papers together, shuffling things away to clear space in front of her, when my unholy throat clearing breaks the silence. She looks up, smiles, a line of white teeth and a face of freckled porcelain. "And what can we do for you today, sir?" I stand for a second too long. My tire went out a mile or two away. I'm coming home from vacation with my girl. I gesture to Gabby. The trooper who stopped to help said we might find a replacement here. She looks at the rows and rows of tires, from brand new to moderately used. "Yeah," she says, smiling. "I think that's a safe bet." Feathery earrings brush her shoulders, which I notice are also freckled. And the eyes, green, just like Gabby's. No wonder I've got a thing for them. "What size do you need?" she asks, looking for used or new. "Maybe used," I say, just lightly so it'll match up with the other tire pretty well. She glances around like she's looking for one of the employees, then notes that there's no one waiting behind me. "I'll just hop outside with you and have a quick look at your car to see how used they are." "Yeah," I mumble, holding Gabby's hand and trailing behind the woman. Toyota Camry. "Should be simple enough," she says. A few strands of her hair tumble against her cheeks. She slips out the door to look at my car, and we follow. "This one?" she asks, standing near my car. I nod, and she notes the tire tread on the other tires with a slender ruler. I stand back, staring at her arms, long and bare in the early autumn. Gabby, I notice, is staring too. From wrist to shoulder, this woman has a series of bright tattoos, maybe the most colorful I've ever seen. Flowers, butterflies, roses on vines wound in intricate patterns. A large dragonfly takes the entirety of one shoulder, though her other is bare skin. A bunch of tattoos aren't usually my thing, but there's something about these, as though she's got a garden winding up her arms. We step back inside, and I close my eyes, focusing on the fresh rubber smell. Comforting and clean. She wanders along the walls, stopping at a couple of tires. "This is what you'll be needing," she says as a man comes in, wiping his hands on a rag streaked in black. "Nora taking good care of you?" he asks, and I nod, disappointed in the realization that he's probably the one who is supposed to be helping us, while Nora, I take note of her name, mans the desk. "I think she's pretty nearly got us taken care of," I reply, hoping in a weird way that he'll leave. Gabby tugs at my hand, looking at me with her big eyes. "Do they have a bathroom?" The woman, Nora, smiles again. I wish she wouldn't stop. "It's right over there, sweetie, through that door." Gabby nods shyly and doesn't move. "Do you want me to show you?" Nora asks. Gabby nods again. She hands the man her clipboard, points at a few numbers, and then gestures for Gabby to follow her through the door. The man is a little grizzly, ring of gray hair around a glistening, bald head. "She was very helpful," I say. "Your daughter?" "Nora?" he asks, glancing toward the door where she and Gabby have gone. "Nah, though I guess I see how she could be." He laughs a big laugh and points to one of the tires Nora showed us. "This one'll probably be all you need. Where are you guys headed?" Just about an hour north to Haydensboro. Tires always go out at just the wrong times, he says. Good for business. Then he laughs. I want to ask him if his receptionist is single, but it feels like a tacky question. Find yourself a seat. There's a pot of coffee if you want some. I'll get this onto your car and you two can be on your way. Gabby swings through the door, Nora behind. I settle into a chair, rifle through the magazines. Gabby hops up beside me. Would you like a cup of coffee, sir? Nora asks. Aiden, I reply. You can call me Aiden. And no, I'm okay, thanks. But Gabby has her head tilted to the side, staring at a large jar of candy on a shelf behind Nora's desk. Nora gets it down, twists off the lid. What kind do you like? She asks. Gabby looks at me for permission. When I nod, she says, chocolate or mint. Nora says, two of my favorites. I'm sure we can find something in here. Ah, how about this? A little bit of both. She pulls out a couple Andes mints and Gabby's eyes light up. Her favorite. Through the window, I watch them raising the car, taking off the ridiculous donut. I wonder how long it will be. I'm not sure I've ever wanted a tire change to take longer, but today I wouldn't mind. Although it's a stupid thought, this town's an hour away. This woman could have a boyfriend or even a husband. Not everyone wears a ring. Sure you don't want a cup of coffee? Nora asks again, jolting me from my thoughts about her empty ring finger. Oh, no, I say. I guess I'm more of a chocolate guy too, huh, Gabby? My daughter rolls her eyes. Nora laughs and tosses me an Andes mint from the jar. And your name is Nora, I say a little awkwardly. I look down and open my wrapper. Yep, she says. Nice name, I say. Nora has gotten herself a chocolate as well, along with a bottle of water. You thirsty, miss? She asks Gabby, who nods. Chocolate'll do that to you. Nora smiles and hands Gabby a bottle of water. And you, sir? I'm disappointed she hasn't used my name. Sure. She slipped Gabby a third piece of candy, and I turn to watch the mechanics rotate the wheel of my car. The front door tinkles, and an older customer walks in, cane thudding in front of him. Where's Joe? He asks gruffly. Out putting on a tire, Phil. What do you need? Dang car's still wobbling, he says. Anytime I go over 60, I need him to fix it. The man flops into a seat across from me, scowling at no one in particular. Gabby scuttles a little closer to me, climbing onto my lap. Her legs touch my shins, and I'm struck again by how much she's grown in the last few months. It won't be long before she doesn't fit on my lap at all. Nora hands the old man a coffee. Joe will be out in a minute. Sure he will, the guy says, shifting his grumpy stare toward me. You from here? He asks abruptly. No, I say, startled. Tire went out on our way home from the beach. He humps at the information. Didn't think you looked familiar. You ought to carry a spare. I had a donut, I say, which got me here, but I didn't know how well it would do for a longer drive. Tell Joe to set you up with a decent spare. A man's got to take care when he's got such a sweet little cargo. He nods at Gabby, something close to a smile on his lips. True enough, I say. Joe comes out in time to save me from further cross-examination. Got your car done, sir, he says to me. One of the guys will be bringing it out in a minute. He glances at the older man. Car's still shaking, the man says. That's 'cause it's 1,000,000 years old. You've got the money, Phil. Buy something new. I don't want nothing new. I just want it to stop shaking. Joe sighs. Let's have a look then. He leads the older man out to the garage where the man had apparently already parked his car. Sorry about that, Nora whispers. That's Joe's older brother. I laugh. Say no more. That explains everything. She laughs, then hands me my bill. Pete was right. It's more than fair. I realize as I look at it that I hadn't even asked on price. Tell Joe thanks, I say. And you too. Thanks for all your help. No problem, she says, running my credit card, then stapling receipts together and handing me my copy. Might have to come back here next time I need a tire, I add. She nods, not seeming to pick up on the hint, if that's what I just dropped. Did I? Instead, she files away her copy of the receipt, then glances at Gabby, who has placed one of the clovers on the desk. Nora stares, a strange look passing over her face. I think she'd like you to have it, I say, worried she won't understand and might reject Gabby's gift. It's beautiful, she says, then takes out a final mint for the road. I liked that lady, Gabby says when we leave. We should come here again. I laugh. I'm already a step ahead of her, standing by the car, inspecting my other tires, suddenly very aware of how old they've become. They'll probably each need to be replaced soon.